All right, I think we've got everybody here. I don't know if we want to call this meeting to order. If there's,
How's it going?
All right, can have like
Brad, how are
a way in, get ready for the day.
I don't know, maybe that'd be a good thing to do.
If you want a wheelchair?
No. If everybody just run around the table and introduce themselves, because not all trustees. Eric, you might not have met some of the sewer trustees. If you just want to say your name and what you represent, and we'll run around.
Yeah. Auburn, Water District.
Eric. Yes.
Eric Poole.
Yeah, I live in West Auburn, not north. North is a fine line there.
We found him on a boat.
On Lake Auburn? Castaway, it looks like that.
Yeah.
On Monday, yeah.
Shade, but,
No, he's an engineer though.
yeah. Kevin Norrell, Auburn Water District.
Dan Belitto, Auburn and Sewer.
Brian Close, Water and Sewer Trustee, Auburn. Andy Titus, Treasurer for the Auburn Water District.
Bob Kavanaugh, Water and Sewer and Treasurer for Sewer.
Steve Ness, President of the Sewer Board.
Steve Melks, Sewer Board and soon to be ex-president of the Water District.
Jason
And
Polino.
alternate.
Jason
That's right,
Polino,
yeah.
Auburn Water District Trustee.
Tom Mullen, Auburn Sewer District Trustee.
Perfect. I think you all know Matt and I because we attend both meetings.
Yeah.
This has been a tradition. I've been with the district 10 years now, and this has been something that occurs every year. We have this joint budget workshop. There are several items of our budgets, the water district budget and the sewer district budget, that are shared items. So we just have a meeting to kind of go over those, make sure that we're in agreement on those. And I think at this point we are in 100% agreement on shared items, but I'll kind of do a rundown on those. Again, for 2024, we always assume a very conservative revenue and a 0% growth. I know there's growth coming to Auburn. There's growth happening in Auburn right now, so we will see some, but we predicted a 0%. All of our operating accounts, our past practice has been to run those on a 3-year average, whether it's vehicle maintenance, whether it's operations. We run those on 3-year averages, so we tend to keep up with expenses. I know this year we ran over on several accounts, so that was factored in the average. It's going to be interesting working with new financial folks, new customer service manager, Maine Rural Water Association. Is there a better practice than what we're currently using? Just because this is what we've been doing, maybe that's not the best thing. I hate to see major budget overruns. Is there a better way to do this so we don't see that? So maybe there's some room for improvement there. Both boards voted on a health insurance increase of 5%. Same provider, same plan, so that's always good. And we are now in agreement on a 3.2% COLA for all staff. New employee incentive plans have been adopted, along with the new policies and procedures handbook, which I have gone over with every employee here, and they are all very thankful for both the new incentive plan and the personnel policies and procedure handbook updates. Cash on hand for both districts is still healthy. We have cash in the bank. We're operating well. We do have some hurdles to look at in the future. We do not have any rate increases currently scheduled, but this is something that we are going to be discussing pretty seriously on the sewer side, and we need to start thinking longer range on the water side. Water did take out a bond in 2022, and that's why we're not talking water rate increase right now, is because we are drawing from that. Next page, these are our shared items. I'm sorry, actually it looks better up there than it does on my screen. So as you can see, this is our vehicles and equipment. You can't see my mouse up there on the upper section. You can see the total cost. You can see what each utility is providing. Some items are water specific. Some are shared items like shop tools and PLC upgrades. Some items are sewer only. So you can see the breakdown of things that we're doing. We are going to do one vehicle. It's right now it's a water truck that's basically stationed up at the treatment plant. It's a 2013. It's actually in pretty good shape, and I wouldn't have done it except for we're probably going to have 3 next year, and I didn't want to do 4 in 1 year. And I figured this one would be low-hanging fruit. I actually think we're going to get a fairly high trade-in for this one, so it's not going to wind up being 40 grand. Anyways, that's the only vehicle we're doing this coming year. Down at the bottom, you see the office and administrative. You know, the desk Matt is at, we need to update that. Also, our new customer service manager wants a work sit-stand station. It's a lot more ergonomically correct, so we've got those in there. Computers, we do a normal upgrade. We have a protocol with a computer place that we upgrade to keep all the machines up to speed and protected. But these are all the shared items that we do have. A lot of stuff that's going to help our crews, from pump station improvements to tools, equipment, a lot of capital work up at the UV facility between the roof repairs and some of the other new analyzers and such. All of those items that apply just to UV, that is our half of the cost. Auburn Sewer District plans for 2024 and beyond. A big thing is our Miller Street inflow investigation. Right now, Miller Street's under about 6 feet of water. But the city of Auburn has allocated $100,000 of ARPA funds, and the sewer district is matching that. And we are going to be investigating where all the inflow is getting into that area. This used to be a licensed CSO. It actually was licensed and then unlicensed like 5 times. Currently it is unlicensed, so if we have overflows there, they're non-permitted. I actually was really proud of this past storm. I did not share this with the sewer board last night. This is being considered a 100-year flood, the storm that we got this week. Over 5 inches of rain in less than a like 12-hour period. This is going to reach 100-year flood stage. We had the very bare minimum overflow down there. And that's incredible considering the level of that storm, and I think a lot of that is Edward Little's now out. That's huge. Yeah. We would have been purging down there for 10 hours straight if that school had not been removed. So significant improvement having that out. The proof's in the pudding there. Unfortunately, right now I said it's all underwater. It's all taking an infiltration right now. We're going to be pursuing funding for our Washington Street pump station. We're working with LOPCA on a design-build stormwater surge tank, and the funding for that is the remaining portion of the funding is going to be funded through LOPCA, so our costs are going to be based off from the percentage of flow we send them and the debt retirement of that. So again, the more I we continue to get out of our system, right now the price for that design build's at $26 million. We've put up $4 million up front. So Lewiston has put up their $9 million. So there's still an additional $13 million that needs to be bonded for, and if we can get more inflow out, we won't have to pay for that. And the percentage that we have to pay for will continue to go down. So that's very important. We need to continue to replace and reline aging sewer lines, and we are looking at some potential expansions of the sewer system out South Main Street, Vickery, and potentially up in the Grace Lawn around the gravel pit and Lake Auburn. So there could be some expansions in those directions. Water District, a big one, we've talked about it a little bit tonight, the lead and copper rule improvements. They basically, right now we're under the lead and copper rule revision, so EPA revised the rule. They're requiring us to submit information. At the end of this coming year, 2024, they're going to implement the improvements phase of this, where we're going to be mandated to replace services, we're going to be mandated to change our sampling plan, we may be mandated to change our treatment based off from what we see for lead levels. That could have some pretty big impacts. There's going to be a lot of investigation work. We're going to be getting into thousands of homes to try to determine what people's material type is on their service lines. It's going to be a lot of work. We're looking at main replacement projects on Marion, 2nd, 3rd Streets. We've got some work to wrap up on Dunn. We've got to work on, we have an ad hoc water quality group we need to work on implementing watershed protections in the upper watershed towns. Say that 3 times fast. So that's a lot of work that we have ahead of us to figure out legally how do we do that, and then financially who's going to be doing the inspection and enforcement of that. That's something we need to work through. And then the last bullet I have there is cost apportionment. At our water trustee meeting that we just had, that's a big thing that we need to figure out. Right now, some of the items at the plant, many of the items are split 50-50, as I'd mentioned with the equipment. Some of the items are based off from flow and apportion. big question is, why aren't they all based off from flow in a portion? So that's something that we're gonna be investigating and working on, and, you know, holding Lewiston to, based off from a PUC ruling. So that's what I've got. That's the joint workshop, that's the presentation. I think you both at this point you both boards have been through their budgets and basically in agreement of these. We go into public hearing here at 5:30. I'll check once again to make sure there's nobody from the public. If there's nobody there, we'll close public hearing, and then each individual district will take a vote on the budgets, and we'll adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn the joint special meeting. We
Second.
have to adjourn this meeting, right, to get into the new meeting?
Yep. So
I
that's a
second that.
motion to adjourn the water one.
Oh, I second that. All in favor?
Water guys?
Water guys.
Okay.
All right. And a motion on
Do
the
I
sewer
have a
side.
motion from the sewer trustees?
I move that the sewer trustees adjourn.
Second.
And I can do that.
All those in favor? Okay.
Andy, you're not a sewer guy.
I know, but
You voted anyway.
Mitchell's already standing there.
No, there's something tied to his hand.
That's right, yeah, it goes up. You got more than a majority of this, you got
Oh,
You taking your
Darn it.
seat out?
I'm gonna miss the airport holiday party.
Oh, really?
Half a dozen times it came back.
Because I gotta go
one time.
get a
Because of
generator
rain,
for my
all
house.
week. Yeah.
You still don't have power?
No, estimated
But
the 22nd at 10
Quality wise,
p.m.
compared to your other one?
Today?
The
Oh,
22nd.
22nd.
Nothing wrong.
Oh my God.
Right.
Don't complain.
Today's the 20th.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Still got a little more time I want to put into it.
Well, and I'm emphasizing the fact.
yes,
It's still 2 days out.
Yes, it is.
All right.
There's a lot of people not gonna have it for Christmas.
Yeah. Peg may not. So my ex-wife
Anytime you want to join.
Wow.
lives down at the end of Grandview Avenue, which is where Tom Platts lives at the end of that road. You know where that Grandview.
Really?
But I just, my.
So you don't take any walks?
Look at this.
I-
Look at this.
No. I
Look
took
at this
my,
tree.
I put my casita away, I'm just taking a little scan.
Yeah.
You're doing those,
Yeah.
That's the telephone pole, and that tree is
But
50
last-
feet high,
last
50
weekend I
feet
went to
tall.
Long
It
Lake.
broke off here, ripped the whole
Stayed
telephone pole. There's
at,
another tree down over
like
here.
Colonial.
And all the wires are
That's
underneath
back
that,
We'll let it out.
are underneath that tree.
Right.
Underneath the hole,
Right
on the
on
ground.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
next to the little lighthouse right
We
there.
got lucky in
There
our
was
neighborhood.
no one on
We're
the
usually
beach.
the first to lose it and the last to get it back, but we didn't have anything.
No?
My yard was a
Well, you're the
disaster,
only one there.
but I don't know if you had it up there.
So what Phil told me is the problem is that all the streets that are closed have this issue.
They do.
So the public works
No one's around.
can't clean up the tree because the
Oh,
tree's got the power lines under it. So CMP has to go out and mitigate every single one of those situations before Public Works can come and clean up the trees.
They can't just shut off the power and give them the permission. They gotta send a CMP person out there.
Yeah, to make sure, otherwise somebody accidentally hits the wire with your chainsaw and then
Top of Dawes Avenue, you
Yeah.
know, the top of the tree, power line underneath there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
until CMP.
Then I'll harvest.
I have fought road closures
I'll stay in
all
place for-
afternoon
Oh,
long.
trying to make deliveries.
Yeah.
It's a-
And then there's a flood to
One
boot.
night.
Yeah.
I hope the people didn't wait till
It's
they were
just
down to the
trying to
8th
give
of the
us our
tank to
little
call you.
hotel room that we told you.
Hell, they waited till we didn't have any.
You guys
Oh my
want to
God.
call to order the public hearing?
And I missed my haircut today.
Don't ever miss your haircut.
I did, because Rogers couldn't have me in because it was flooded.
It's out of control, Steve.
Look at me here. Then I came in, I saw Eric, and I'm like, all right.
You feel better. I know, that's why it matters. Turn around, you have a ponytail going on?
Oh my goodness, my neck itches.
All right,
that's
so,
fine.
I don't know, do we usually call these to order, or do we just,
Yeah.
we're in public hearing?
Yeah, you called.
So we'll call this to order. This is the public hearing for the FY 2024 Water District budget and the FY 2024 Sewer District budget. We're holding this today at 5:30. There's no public in attendance.
So you closed the
We're
public
gonna
hearing.
Close public hearing.
And now the water district is gonna open up our meeting
Yep,
to approve to vote on the budget. So that meeting is open. Do I have a motion to approve the budget for?
I'll motion to approve the year 2024 Water District budget.
I'll second that.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Okay, 6-1.
all right. And your sewer district.
I will entertain a motion to approve the sewer budget.
I move that we approve the Auburn Sewer District budget for 2024.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Yes. All right. Each
So-
can a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor of adjourning?
There we go.